Go, 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 go. I am sitting at the park per usual, and it is a beautiful day. It is nice and overcast, which I appreciate and love. It's still warm, it's 85. This whole week, though, has been a scorcher. And I could tell it's been a scorcher everywhere across the US just because of the news and stuff like that. But today, here in my town, it is cooled down. It's actually supposed to rain pretty soon, so I'm not going to be on here very long. We ran some errands this morning, got him a haircut, and now we are at the park for a moment. We're going to go get something to eat, and then we'll be back home. Oh, it is actually raining right now. So this live is going to be cut short as soon as my son gets over here. But I'm asking this question, and you guys tell me if this is a thing. Has it always been this way that live streams, like so I've been in the habit of just going through live streams, just scrolling up, just seeing what people are talking about. And I would have to say that 90% of them are weird. Like, people are strange. And, I guess that's what makes us all different and it makes the world go round. But it was just really interesting to see. Like, I feel like most of the women that I see on these live streams are reading tarot cards. They look like witches. They have the dark makeup, the crazy looking wig, and they've got these tarot cards, and their background has all of this intergalactic type stuff in the background. It is just strange. Oh man. But they always make sure to show some cleavage, right? They make sure to have some cleavage out because they got to keep the attention of people somehow. It'd be so funny, and sometimes I'll watch for a second just to see if they're talking about something. But it's either that or some crazy white kids, doing something crazy in the back, or some guy trying to be motivational with his barbells in the back and his homemade gym. It's just weird, so I kind of got away from just like scrolling and looking, because I'm just like, most of this stuff is just, I do like listening to the older people that come on here rather. What the Sigma? The old people sometimes be dropping knowledge, and I like listening to them, but a lot of them are just like old OGs. They're talking about the state of society right now, and I can appreciate that sometimes. Hey, Robert McKenzie, what's up? Jamaica, that's what's up. I was sporting my Jamaica gear yesterday. I'm not from there, but I visited last year, and beautiful, beautiful town, beautiful country. I went to Montego Bay. What up, Gary? What up, Sanaa? What up, Mr. Mechanic? Love your channel. Thank you. What's this about? I'm trying to figure out if live streams have always been. What's up, Donovan? Salute. I was just recording the jet that went by. Finally caught you live. Riverside, Cali in the house. March Air Force Base. That's what's up. Hey, Amal. But I'm trying to figure out if this is how live streams have always been. Or is this a new phenomenon where you have people that come on and do live streams, and there's usually no agenda. They're usually just talking. Like, I watched one yesterday, and a guy was like, ask me some questions. And I'm like, no, I'm not about to ask you no questions. What are you talking about? What's the topic? What are you going to teach me? What are you going to share with me? And then he wanted everybody to subscribe and hit that $1.99 membership, and I'm like, what am I signing up for, though? And they'll say, check the channel. No, tell me, give me a word. Why am I on here? But you'll have a lot of psychics, a lot of weird people doing stuff, cooking or whatever, and they got the music in the background, and they're just whatever. But I came across two people the other night, and I was mind blown. It was just very interesting. There was a young gentleman who was on his work break, 11 o'clock at night, and he had on a crisp white button-up shirt with a red tie, and in the background was the California flag with the bear and a palm tree next to it, and it was just so picturesque. Anyways, he's sitting there and he's tearing up these wings. He had just went to Wingstop, and he was on his lunch break, and whatever. And the wings look good, so I kept watching because I'm like, I want to see him take a bite into these wings. So he dipped it in the ranch, he ate it. But the conversation was just like phenomenal. He only had like maybe 10 people on his chat. His name is Dom Keith. And we ended up talking about like eugenics and selective breeding and how he believes in that, and so we're talking about that. And then we ended up discussing about how people can't be truthful. So we talked about being truthful and how you speak to people and how that makes a difference. But the conversation and just the intellect coming from this young person, it was very inspiring, because mostly what we see online is just pure garbage. Hey, from Germany, what's up? I'm trying to get back there. I want to get back to Germany. I lived in Kaiserslautern, was at station at Ramstein for a while. Loved it out there. But my favorite city was Cologne, Germany. What part are you from, Intel 007? Good afternoon from Canada. What up, Toronto? Um, Thanks, Donovan. Yes, I need to make you a moderator. I don't know how to. I'll be messing up when I do this stuff. But and I know you don't catch my lives often, but it'd be cool to make you a moderator. Anyways, and I caught your video too with the guy that's running, and he was making some really good points. So I'm glad you put him out there on your channel. Shout out U.S. Air Force. That's what's up. Yes. Um, so anyways, the conversation, the intellect that was coming from this brother, it like he wasn't just saying what he thought people wanted him to say. He was actually thinking about the answer, the question, pondering in his head, and then giving an answer. And it was just real awesome dialogue on there. Even the trolls, he was entertaining them too. But it was cool. And then I ran into another lady who was talking mess about Sexy Red. Oh my God, she was going in. And I appreciate it so much, because she was saying what everybody wants to say but won't say. So I was like, okay, maybe there is hope, in these live streams. You don't have people on here that just feel so entitled, thinking that they're just of high importance, that people just want to come on here and just watch them. You do have some people out here that get on here, they spit knowledge, they spit game, and they talk about stuff that's important, that's going to affect us here in society. And those are the live streams that I wholeheartedly appreciate. Even if I don't like you as a person, but you saying something that means something, I appreciate it, because people need to know. Hey, Blissful Blunder, thanks for being here. I really hate our society. I got called the N-word by a stranger. Listen, it's a stranger. That person, that's not going to make a difference in your life. That person is not fucking you. That person ain't feeding you, and they ain't funding you. Remember that. If a person ain't giving you the 3 F's, F them. Don't even worry about it, Aziz. Because at the end of the day, that person has a mental illness, and they have insecurities that they have not tackled yet. Just know that you are a better person than them, and keep it moving. But she was getting on Sexy Red heavy, and especially the people, because somebody came into her chat and they said, oh, you just jealous of Sexy Red. And that's when she went off. She said, jealous of Sexy Red. She said, the problem is you have people out here that will actually defend these degenerates. You have people that will actually defend these rappers, these social media people, and why are we defending them? Why defend them? They don't need for us to defend them. They're literally tearing down our society one by one, but we, the people, we allow it. What up, Malcolm? Appreciate you. Well, exactly. What can you can't, that's the thing. And this is what I tell my son all the time. And I tell myself, you cannot control anybody else. We cannot control. What can you do? You can control yourself. You can love on yourself. You can appreciate who you are, and just live in the fact that you're a better person than them. That's what you can do. And just be better every single day. God woke us up this morning. Thank you, Lord. All praises due to him. He woke us up this morning. He gave us another chance to do it right. Another chance to do it right. And I'm so grateful, because there are people who have not woken up just today. Families are grieving, And so I got some bad news about a friend of mine yesterday that I still have not been able to process. And I might talk about it, I might not. I just find it real interesting that, when people pass away, and for a fact that that person didn't have a good relationship with so many other people, But those other people are the first to get on social media with pictures and stories and talk about how sad they are about this and that. And that person literally meant nothing to you, but you just want to clout off of somebody's death. That irritates me big time. I can't stand that fake shit. I can't stand it. But I'm staying quiet for the moment, you know. Um, I might talk about my friend later on, but I'm still trying to process the fact that she's no longer here, you know. So shout out to all of those people that serve, all of the veterans. She was a veteran in the United States Air Force for 12 years. She did stellar work. You know, they didn't even want her to get out, but she ended up getting pregnant and wanted to be a mother full time. So she did that, but she's no longer here. And she did suffer from PTSD like a lot of us do. And that's not nothing funny, nothing to joke about, nothing to make fun of, because it is a serious illness, you know. And a lot of us come in with issues already, but sometimes things that happen to us in the military exacerbate those issues. So you got to be careful about who you're talking to or who you're talking about, because next thing you know, you might have PTSD or be suffering and need meds. So society is effed up. If we need to live, we need to come in peace with our conditioning and let go. Yeah, we do. We have to be at peace with the way things are. We don't have to accept it and we don't have to condone it, but um, understanding that it is what it is very, very key. And figuring out how you fit in the puzzle. And as long as you're not contributing to the demise of society, that's what's key. What's up, son? Hey, say hi to the people.
Hello there.
Hello there. There's only 2 people watching right now, but it started out with 33, which was pretty cool.
Wait, what? Wait, Blissful Blunder?
But isn't that a cool name? Blissful Blunder.
No, like,
Oh, what they're saying? Well, don't mind the curse words.
no, it's just that they put in, like, the angel thingy before actually saying it.
I know, yeah. It's like you can't be cussing and got an angel right there. You ain't no angel, Blissful Blunder. Blissful Blunder is just keeping it real though about how society is, and you know how we have to deal with other people, and it sucks, but it is what it is. Because we can only control what? What can we control? What can we control in this world? Who? What can you control? You can control me? Yes or no? What can you control? What's within your scope of control?
Me.
You. That's right. Yourself. All you can do is control yourself. Can't control nobody else. You don't know what a person gonna do from the minute to the next. So all we can do is control ourselves. What is that saying? Life is 90%. Life is 90% of what happens to you, and no, 10% of what happens to you, and 90% of how you react to it. Life is 90%, 10% of what happens to you, and 90% of how you react to it. That is what's going to determine the future. The things we do right now are going to affect you in the future, whether it be next week, next month, next year, period. Go finish playing so I can finish this live.
Okay.
He's already on restriction for lying earlier. So I made him write a whole page explaining why he lied, and then secondly, what he can do about not lying in the future. And of course, I gave him the Black Mama speech. Where did I serve? Everywhere. Are you a veteran? everywhere to me. I was stationed at 9 different bases, from Cali to Texas to DC to Virginia, Korea, Germany. Deployed 3 times. Speaking of that, did you guys see the Harrison Waltz interview? And I'm going to post it later. But Waltz, who he's a veteran, so I respect him, right? Anytime you serve, I mean, I respect people in general. I have a general respect for just individuals. Just God brought you into this earth, you deserve respect, right? Until you do something that is disrespectful. And this dude literally said, they asked him about his record, and where he stated that he carried a weapon and was in combat. And the people gonna find out. You run for office, any skeletons you got is gonna come out in the open. And so, come to find out, he lied. He lied about his service record. And I know it makes people feel a little bit more cool, you know, to say, oh, I carried a weapon. Oh, I was in combat. Oh, I had to duck and dodge. Oh, my base got bombed. Okay, cool. But why lie? Especially when you know the internet is undefeated. You have people that have nothing better to do than to dig up your past. He should have never lied. And when he was confronted about it on this interview, he stated that he was just talking like the typical American. I said, wait, now what? The typical American? What does that mean? So the typical American just lies about their military service? I don't think so. Not people with honor. But he did. He said that. He said he was just talking, and then he was mixing up a school shooting with that, and it just came out, you know. And I can understand, you know, now all of a sudden being in the limelight and things just slip off the tongue. But things like that, here's the thing. If you always tell the truth, you never ever have to remember a lie. And it don't matter how it comes out. As long as it's the truth, it doesn't matter. This is amazing respect. I haven't served anywhere. I am just an accountant on a spiritual journey within. Just an accountant. I wish I could be an accountant. What you talking about, just an accountant? That's hard work, you know, because people depend on you to help them get their finances in order. That's a great service to be able to do that for people, to help them out with their money and to make sure their businesses is straight. And that's one thing that kind of not stopped me, but kind of hinders me from, because like I want to open up a gas station. I had a dream that I owned a gas station. And I was like, man, if I'm not there 24/7, how do I know that the people behind the counter aren't going to steal from me? I mean, I watch those those cop cam videos all the time, and people just be stealing left and right. And I'm like, oh my God, what gives you the right to just take? Like, I know you starving. I know your kids need money. I know you. But man, what really gives people the right to just take something that does not belong to them is astounding. Sometimes I feel like I couldn't recover from something like that, you know? You know, but having an accountant, people that depend on you to make sure that their books are straight, you know? So don't ever just say, I'm just. You ain't just. You are important. What up, Thomas Carey? What it do? But I lost my train of thought. But yeah, people, you don't have to lie. And the reporter, and unfortunately it was a Fox News clip that I saw that I had recorded it from, but her response was, you know, if we can't trust you to have integrity about something that happened so long ago, that's something so small, how can we trust you with running our country? And I agree. You don't have to lie to kick it. People are going to respect you just because you put that uniform on. You don't have to lie and say you carried a weapon, man. You know? And I told this to my son when he was acting up earlier and lied to me about eating breakfast. I said, what you're doing is you're making it hard for me to believe you moving forward. You don't want that, do you? Do you want me to now question everything you do and say, son? I think he says something smart like, you already do. Well, yeah, that's because your ass be lying. You don't have to lie about eating food. Like, if you didn't eat yet, that's fine. But I'm not going to get mad about that. You know, but it's all about integrity, character, morals. You know, that's what makes us better people. What's on the inside. And then I also had to break it down to him about his lying and how he said he said I didn't want you to be mad. Thank you, Blissful Blunder. I appreciate you. He said I didn't want you to be mad. I said, son, why would I be mad because you didn't eat breakfast? He's like, I don't know, because I ended up going down there making him pancakes, and in the midst of me making him pancakes, I go into the fridge to get the butter, and I seen the breakfast that I thought he had that was already pre-prepared was still in there. And I said, now I know this motherfucker didn't just lie to me about eat. Like, why would you? So I didn't want you to be mad at me. And I said, okay, I understand. I said, but he goes, I didn't want you to be upset. And I said, oh, so you were thinking about me in that moment? He said, yeah, because I don't want to see you upset. I said, boy, if you don't stop. I said, when people lie, it's to protect themselves. I said, you are protecting yourself. You didn't want me to be mad, and you didn't want to have to deal with the wrath of me being mad. Let's just keep it honest. Yes, he does. He cares about me so much. He wrote me the most beautiful letter the other day, just out of the blue, about how he appreciates everything that I do for him. I was like, man, you don't have to say that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm your mom. It's my job. I got to make sure I have to feed you. I have to take care of you. You know, I brought you into this world. God bless. God entrusted me to do that. So I have to do the best I can with the abilities that I have. I'm still learning, which is why I'm so grateful for the friends of mine who have kids that have grown. I ask them all the time, what did you do with your kid? How did you get this person from this point to this point? Because your kid is doing a bang up job. What else can I be doing in my son's life, you know? And so I just try to implement the things that I learned from them, and whatever is in the word, because the word is going to tell you too how to, how to rear your children. And so I try my best not to spank him. I don't. I ain't gonna lie. I could probably name on one hand maybe 3 times at the most where I had to put hands on him. Um, but for the most part, I could just talk to him and take everything away. Like right now, because he said that lie this morning, no electronics, pretty much for the rest of the day. So there's consequences to these things, but oh shit. Yeah, nobody likes a liar. I know I don't. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves. Exaggeration is different, but just flat out lying gets me every time. And I'm gonna be honest, the only reason I'm not a liar is because I am a bad liar. If I was a good liar, I probably would lie more. But I'm not a good liar, so I don't even do it. So I've learned now to, if I can't just be honest, then I just don't say anything at all. I just don't say anything at all. And if I have to be honest, if I feel like I have to be honest, then I just say it and suffer the consequences, But lying is not to spare the other person, it's to spare you. It's to spare your feelings. Because you don't want to have to deal with whatever the truth is that comes out of your mouth. And I had to explain that to him. You didn't do this for me. You did this for yourself, But yeah, I love my son. And he loves his mama. We are going to be all right. Life is good, And even though my friend is no longer here, and that's another thing, you guys. People have to understand that when people leave this earth, whether by choice or by force or whatever, it affects the people around you deeply, and they have to live with that. But in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of Earth, in the world, we are literally just a dot in society, just a speckle compared to all of the land mass and all of the other people, all the other 9 billion people on this planet. So life goes on. Life continues. And literally in a year, nobody will be talking about this, right? Everybody would have gone on. People will have had kids. People will have gotten married. You know, other people will have died, and that will take the precedence of this person. So, you know, we have to be careful of the things that we do, especially our intentions and motives behind certain things. If we're thinking it's going to affect, yeah, it's going to affect, but trust me, it's temporary. You know, so don't make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. Let me say that one more time. Do not make permanent, long-lasting, devastating decisions based on temporary emotions. Think it through. Take your time. If you don't trust yourself, find somebody that you trust and ask them, talk to them, reach out to them before you make a decision that's going to impact so many other people. And with that, y'all, I got to go. I appreciate you all for being here. I also want to say a shout out to all of my 597 subscribers. I'm on the road to 600. Yeah, baby. On the road to 600.
Wait, 600?
Those are the decisions people tend to regret more. Absolutely. And it be things that happen real quick. And next thing you know, all your emotions are up. You got anger, you got despair, you got whatever. And then you make a dumb decision based on that emotion that literally is a fleeting feeling. It'll be here and then gone in the next. But then you're basing your life decisions on that feeling at that moment. Those moments don't last. I was on here last week talking about I'm struggling because I was irritated about something, right? After I got off of my live and came home, cooked for my son, realized what's important in life, I didn't even feel that no more. I didn't even feel that anymore. That despair was gone. That irritation was gone. So don't make these rash decisions that's going to affect you for the rest of your life just because of one or two things that's happening. Now, I understand life is hard. Life is super hard. Now I'm the only one left watching. That's what's up, Jay Willie. I appreciate you, man.
Wait, what is the
But life is hard. Life be lifing, as they say, right? Life be lifing. And there's going to always be something. Like now I got to go to another state because of something that happened. And I'm trying to get my finances together, right? And every month that I say, okay, this month I'm only going to spend this amount, right? But then something will happen. And I'm just like, are you for real? That's going to cost X amount. That's going to cost X amount. So is it going to be like this? At the end of the day, I have to figure out what's important, prioritize. And if I think if we prioritize better, we'll be able to stick to our goals. The thing that I have to do next week, that's probably a no-brainer. That's going to have to happen. So next month, I'll have to figure it out and just pray that everything is cool and everybody's cool and I don't have to come out of the pocket in order to do what it is that I have to do. But life be life and life is hard. And sometimes I feel like it's one thing after another, and you're just like, oh, I can't get ahead. And let me just, no, it's not the answer. I was talking to Joe yesterday after I got the news about my friend, and we always have the best conversations. That's my brother. And he was saying that if we don't go through anything, that's a sign that you're not living. You know, God wants us to feel all these emotions because they're warning signs. If you're angry because your check is too short, that's a sign to let you know you got to do something different. You got to take action and get your together. My thumb rule in life: never get attached to anybody or anything but at the same time, give your everything without any expectations. Facts. Facts. Yes. And that's the problem. A lot of people do things for others because they're expecting something in return. They're expecting that when I'm down, you got me. But that's not how that goes. You have to do it just because. And that's where your blessings come from. I've learned that so many times. I used to be a people pleaser. And I used to think that if I did this for that person, or if I gave them this or whatever, it would, render a certain response, or it would, I stopped that years ago. I said, I'm done people pleasing. If I do something, it's because I want to do it and I want to see you happy. All I require is a thank you. That's it. Just give me a thank you. I don't need to be shouted out. I don't need none of that. I don't need when I'm down to the, nope. Nope. It would be nice. It would always be nice for it to be reciprocated, right? But that ain't life, because most people are not like us. Period. Never have any expectations. And I really learned that a few years ago when my friend told me that I needed to manage my expectations of her. The toughest, hardest, cold-hearted truth I ever heard in my entire life. I said, you know what? I ain't. And I'm going to take that into life with everything that I attack. Have no expectations. Hope for the best, but don't expect nothing back. Someone else join right now. Yeah, Jay Willie. We got 3 in the chat, but I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. About to get up out of here. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you come back. I appreciate you. Oh, that's what I was saying. Yes, my 597 subscribers. I'm on the road to 600. So if you're new here and you like what you see here or what you heard here, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I just be on here just talking about whatever. I don't have a set theme that I talk about. I literally talk about what's important to me. And I understand what's important to me is not always important to other people. So I know my channel grows slow. And that's fine. I'm okay with that, which is why I like the 2 and 3, people that subscribe, little bit steady every single time. I like that. I appreciate that. Real talk. So keep it coming. And I appreciate you guys so much. Have a beautiful, lovely, and blessed day that God has made. You guys take care now.